So you're a skilled professional, and maybe you're dreaming about a future in South Africa. If that's you, then you're going to want to know about one of the best ways to make that happen, the Critical Skills Visa. Let's dig into what makes this visa such a potential game changer.
This really is the big question, isn't it? Because if the answer is yes, then you are in exactly the right place. South Africa has literally created a special pathway just for people with your kind of expertise.
Okay, so what is this opportunity we're talking about? Let's break down what the Critical Skills Visa is all about, and maybe more importantly, why it even exists in the first place. Right. So back in 2014, the Department of Home Affairs launched this visa with a super clear mission: bring in top talent from around the world to fill roles where the country really needs help. So you see, this isn't just some random work permit. No, it's a strategic move to boost the economy.
And this is where you can really see the difference. A general work visa, well, it kind of ties you to one specific company. The critical skills visa, it's all about you, your skills, your qualifications. And here's the real kicker. It's designed from the ground up to be a direct path to permanent residency. That makes it a serious long-term option.
So the opportunity sounds great, right? But how do you actually get it? Well, first, you've got to run the gauntlet, so to speak. Let's look at the absolute must-haves, the non-negotiable requirements you've got to meet.
You can think of your application like a table with four legs. If one is missing, the whole thing just falls over. Your job has to be on that official list, you've got to register with a professional body in South Africa, and you have to rack up enough points. But there's one leg on this table that's so important it gets its very own slide.
All right, I cannot stress this enough. Let's be crystal clear about this. Without a confirmed job offer from a South African employer, it's a non-starter. You just won't qualify. This is, without a doubt, the number one hurdle you have to clear before you do anything else.
And here's a number you need to burn into your brain: 100. To figure out if you're eligible, they use a point system that looks at things like your age, your qualifications, your experience, all that good stuff. Your mission is to hit at least 100 points.
All right, so let's say you've checked all those boxes. You're eligible. What's next? Well, now we get into the practical stuff. Let's walk through the actual step-by-step path to applying. Your application journey really breaks down into three main parts. First up, you have to get registered with the right professional organization in South Africa. Second, you need to get your qualifications from back home checked out by SAQA. That's the South African Qualifications Authority. Once you've got those two things sorted, you gather all your paperwork and get that application submitted. Now pay close attention here, because this is a rule you cannot break. You have to apply for this visa from your home country or wherever you live permanently. You can't just fly to South Africa on a tourist visa and hope to switch it over. The only time that's okay is if you're already in the country on a different valid temporary residence visa. All right, so once you've sent everything in, you'll need to be a little patient. The typical wait time is somewhere between 30 and 90 days. It really just depends on how busy the specific embassy you applied through is at the time. So, after all that work, what's the payoff? Let's talk about the good stuff, the benefits you get, and how long this visa actually lasts once it's approved. So how long do you get? Well, the visa can be valid for up to 5 years, and that's tied directly to your job contract. So if your contract is for 2 years, you get a 2-year visa. If it's for 5 years, you can get the full 5 years. Simple as that. And the benefits here are huge, especially for families. Not only do you get that flexibility we talked about, but you can also bring your family with you. Your spouse and any dependent kids can get visas to come and join you in South Africa. And that brings us to the big one. For a lot of people, this is the real prize. The Critical Skills Visa isn't just a temporary thing. It was designed to be a stepping stone to something bigger. Yup, you heard that right. The whole point of this visa is to give skilled people like you a very clear, very direct route to applying for permanent residency and making South Africa your home for the long haul. And this is super important because it shows you two different ways to get there. You need 5 years of professional experience. So, you can either get your visa and work in South Africa for 5 years to build up that experience, or, and this is a real game changer, if you've already got that 5+ years of experience under your belt when you first apply, you can pretty much apply for permanent residency right away. So, there you have it. We've walked through the whole journey, from checking if you qualify all the way to the ultimate goal of permanent residency. The only question left is, are you ready to take that first step? And just so you know, all the info we've covered today comes straight from the experts over at Immigration Consultant SA. Thanks so much for tuning in for this explainer.